Hello, good afternoon. It's a sunny day from Warsaw. We're here in Warszawie and enjoying the beautiful summer sun. I hope you are having a good time wherever you are. So, welcome to My Polska by Pascalia on IMI Radio. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying your wonderful Saturday afternoon. And with me today is a special guest. As you know, we're here. I'm from Kenya, yeah? So today I brought a wonderful, beautiful lady all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm not so sure if she's actually from Nairobi. But anyway, she's here with us and she's going to tell us where she's from, what her name is, and what she's doing in Warsaw. And how did she find herself here? You know, it's so interesting because while you're a migrant in Poland or in Warsaw, a lot of people often ask, why Poland? So I always have a hard time answering the question. But anyway, she's going to tell us why she chose to come all the way to Polska and how she's enjoying Polska. So, the weather is really good, and you know I always start with the weather because, come on now, we are in a place where weather changes like so rapidly. Because all now we're in summer, and before it was like summer was really unpredictable. Like the past few months were not even as warm as it is now, right? So I'm just soaking in because it's giving me the vibe of home vibe. I'm feeling very Mombasa-like because that's where I'm from. Shout out to Mombasa. But yeah, so here we are today. And I don't know what you had for food today, but I enjoyed some good pierogi today. So our guest, before I mention her name, she will tell us what she's enjoying and what Polish food she likes. So I just had pierogi today, so I don't know what she had, but she will let us know and tell us what she likes. So before I take too much time and hype up our guest, I'm going to give her the room to speak and tell us who she is.
Hello, my name is Patricia. You can call me Patsy or Patty, whichever. And you asked a lot of questions, so I don't even know where to begin. First, thanks for having me. I'll introduce myself as a person. I love introducing myself without using my work or my school titles. So I already told you my name, and I'm a curious soul and someone who just loves having conversation. Anywhere there's good conversation, count me in. And why Poland? That's an interesting question. So I found Poland on Twitter, and it's like Poland was calling my name. Come. I was I was actually looking for school in, I think, Finland and Estonia. And then one time I was just scrolling Twitter and I saw someone give a breakdown about Poland and everything. So I decided to check out what's going on in Poland. Then I checked and I found a very interesting course that aligned exactly with what exactly I wanted to do in life. And that's how my journey to Poland began.
Okay, that's wonderful. So she found Poland on Twitter. Guys, do you know that you can get new insights about a country to visit online or on Twitter? So that's really wonderful. So you Polish people who think that Poland is not so out there, like we're finding out about the country online. So anyway, so tell us, how was your journey? You found Poland on Twitter and now you have done the nitty-gritties and you are in Poland. What was that like, first day in Poland? Tell us, how was that experience?
Before I get to the first day, I think I have to give you my whole journey.
All right, excellent. Go right ahead.
So I found it on Twitter via a Kenyan. I funny enough, after that tweet, I screenshotted it, but I've never gotten the screenshot until today.
Okay, that's
Surprisingly.
interesting.
So I had my plan was to do everything on my own, and my whole journey involved literally reaching out to people online. So after finding out about Poland and schools in Poland on Twitter, I had to find out how Poland is. So at that point, I had no friends in Poland. I practically had some, but I never knew they were in Poland. That's what I realized later on. So I just went on Facebook. There's a Kenyan group called Wanderlust. It's for travelers. So I went and just searched Poland, and I found people who had talked about living in Poland. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, I'm interested in coming to Poland. Can you give me information? So I messaged two. One gave me feedback and we are still friends until now, and one simply ignored until today. That's like 4 years ago.
All right.
One just ignored. So after I came to Poland, I came for school, and as I was schooling, I got a job, and I made Poland my home because I just love how chill and calm Poland is. I really don't like chaos, so I love this serene, chill vibe that is in Poland. And yeah, Warsaw is my to-go place because I'm a city girl. I'm from Nairobi, so I just love city vibes. I prefer the towns as well, but I think my whole life is just city. So I made it my home, and currently I'm working and building family here.
All right, that's really interesting. So, shout out to Wanderlust. And then Poland is actually a really good place, right? And Pat is telling us she's enjoying staying here, and she's made Poland her home. And she's actually raising a family here. Can you tell us a bit about the work life and family life? Because you're a mom here. So how has that journey been for you and balancing the two?
Oh my God. I think I'm obsessed with Poland. I love Poland.
I do
Genuinely.
too.
Maybe my exposure is not, my bucket of exposure is not that wide, but I really love Poland, especially when it comes to work and when it comes to family. They really do have good policies that support people, especially working moms, and also the labor laws in Poland are really good as compared to like Kenya and different African countries. So for me that stood out, and that's why I'm like, oh my God, I really don't want to let go because it's fantastic. You have your rights, your employers respect your rights, you have your benefits, and it's not like I'm begging to work. My employer understands my value and they know why they have me in the organization. And for me that is really important because I already have my own sense of self-worth. So if my employer affirms it and our working relationship is along that lines, it makes it easier to work and easier to perform. And when it comes to family, Poland really has very good laws that support both mothers and fathers, parents in general. We have, for example, the paid leave. It's a very long paid leave. Okay, 80%. It's just a little, it's a tiny drop in the ocean. Okay, it's not a tiny drop. It's a drop, a big drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
But then the fact that I can stay for 1 year taking care of my baby, especially the fact that we don't have family here. We are foreigners, and we don't get support apart from maybe friends or the little family that we have, in which everyone is, I always say everyone is busy, so you can't depend on everyone. And getting to have 1 year to take care of my baby without being stressed and everything, that's very good. And then also the fact that Warsaw has the Warsaw nursery. I think it's all over Poland, I'm not so sure, but the Warsaw nursery program whereby you can take your kids to the daycare once you go back to work, and they'll be taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. It's so good because my daughter comes home and she's always so happy. Every day when I pick her, she's just telling me stories. Definitely I don't understand what she's saying, but she's just like bah, 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 and she will just laugh and talk the whole journey the whole journey home.
So it's really nice that the children are also having a good time, that is enabling the parents to work well and also take care of the children in a really wonderful way. So wow, we're really happy to hear that. I'm not a mother myself, but I'm happy to hear the perspective of, moms here, especially for us who are foreigners living in this country. And it's wonderful to just hear the support and also the good working relationship that there is with the employers. So we're going to set off a little bit and start off with a bit of music because, we are here today and we have a wonderful guest who's telling us a lot of amazing things. But we are going to listen to one of our very own called Mr. Okello Max. If you listened to the show last week, I'm always hyping my people from the Luo Nation. So we just have a thing and we just enjoy. There's something called the nyadi, the Luo nyadi. Pat, you can tell us a bit about the Luo nyadi. You're also Luo Bwana. You
I'm
know what I'm
ashamed.
saying?
I'm ashamed. I'm the Luos who can hear but can't speak.
But it's not anything to be ashamed of, but we will change that. We will change that for sure. But just tell us what it means to you to be a Luopian. Back home, uko chini, tunaitwa Luopians bwana. You have to download this thing. It's
a software.
It's a software, exactly. So tell us a bit about the Luo software.
Being Luo is a lifestyle, for starters. We're just eloquent. We are elegant. We are everything. Everything nice. We normally joke a lot and say that the Luos in Kenya are like the what do we call them? These guys from Nigeria. The Igbo in Nigeria. And funny enough, once we were checking the histories with one of my friends, she's also Nigerian, I think Hausa or something, and we realized that there might be a connection because looks like the Igbo mainly they might be Nilots.
Okay.
So, and we know our origin is in Sudan.
South Sudan, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the origin of civilization and most of the, what is it called?
It's the cradle of humankind.
Exactly, exactly. So I think it's just in our blood.
we are brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Igbo people.
Yes.
Shout out to Igbo people. So being a Luo is really amazing, and I know I'm not hyping tribal lines, but you have to be proud of your identity. I love being a Luo, I love being Kenyan, and at the same time I love being a Kenyan abroad because I'm widening the horizons. So yeah, let's play some let's have some enjoyment and listen to some good music.
La viliisha mapema, mapenzi yashanidhulumu, maisha haya ya sinema, kwani tutakula mapenzi tu, swali limenivua heshima, ipo siku nitafaulu, na roho yangu mimi nitaikinga, ni salama, salama nawe, napiga sala, na nainama, lazima salama
by Okello Max. So, just a little bit of something for enjoyment purposes, yeah? And we still have a guest in studio, Patsy Abuya. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. And you are listening to My Polska with Pascalia. So, Pat was just telling us a little bit about how she ended up in Poland. And she's here and she's talking about the wonderful experiences and how raising a kid here. So, Pat, just tell us, what are the biggest surprises or culture shocks that you experienced when you just got into the country? What were...
Oh, my biggest shock. It's not culture, it was weather.
Okay, not culture.
It was
the
weather because I had a friend who we met at the embassy when we were doing our interview. So when she came here, I asked her, because she came, I think, like 3 weeks before me. So I asked her, how is the weather? And she's like, it's summer. So I left most of my shoes in Kenya because I knew it's summer. And I came with my summer shoes and my summer wear. And then I came and the weather, it's summer, yes. It was not August, it was September. So I want you guys to have a perspective. It was September. So in September, it's just the wind is crazy. Before you get used to this, the wind is crazy because back at home when we have sun with no wind. It's just pure sun, pure goodness. But here the wind was crazy. So I would freeze. My feet would freeze so much. I had no socks. I had nothing because I was like, I'm coming to shop in Poland because there's no need of buying things in Kenya. I'd watch YouTubers and they're like, the quality is not the same because it's not meant for that weather. So just come and buy here. So with my summer shoes, I suffered. I think on day 2, I had to go and buy shoes because I could not, and I had to buy like closed shoes. And I wore those shoes. I think I threw them away last year. I wore those shoes over and over and over again. And then on matters culture, I feel like the Polish culture is more like the Kenyan stroke African culture because they're very, very family oriented. I love family, and when I came here, everyone is so family oriented. Even at work, in offices, you have family day, like you have children's day, you have everything that supports family, And even as a mom, you have breastfeeding hour whereby you can do 7 hours at work and 1 hour is for breastfeeding. So that is really like their culture really symbolizes back at home. What was different? I'm trying to think of what was different because it was very easy for me to assimilate. Apart from the language, which is what I'm really struggling with, their culture is very easy to assimilate because I feel like it's similar to what we have back at home, and also the fact that in terms of business and corporate, the structure is working. Government-wise, the structure is working. I don't know. I have some of my Polish friends who will complain and say, this is not working. This office and this office. But if I compare to what I go through back at home, the structure is working. I think the only big difference or the only thing that I struggle with is the too much bureaucracy and paperwork. Because if you compare our systems in Kenya, mostly everything is online. Most of the stuff we just do it online. Even from Poland, I can do my stuff and submit everything, and things will be fine. But here, you have to sign. You have to have the wet ink. If I need to do anything, I just literally have to download the paperwork and sign. And I hate papers. So yeah, I guess that's the only downside.
All right. So you're telling us all the wonderful insights, and let me ask you a question. How is it being a corporate body in Warsaw at the same time being a body mom? Tell us about the body lifestyle. Corporate body, mom body. Eish, jamani. Okay, tuambie kidogo.
You can't unbody a body.
Oh, you cannot unbody a body.
I was a body before,
Uh-huh.
and I'm still trying to body in the corporate life in the mom world. So it's tough. It's tough because like I told you, the lack of family support means that you have to do everything alone. So it's a bit tough, but the systems, like I say, make it easier because it's rushing the child to daycare, picking up the child. So it's just, I realized there is a very special thing called schedule, and I'm trying to incorporate that in my life as well. So with my daughter, since she was born, we've been operating on a schedule. We joke a lot with my mom, and we call her the timetable baby because she has a schedule for doing stuff. So with the schedule, it gives me time to rest because I know if she sleeps at 8, and she wakes up at 7 a.m., that means I either wake up at 5 to do something, or if I have anything pending, I do it past 8 p.m. And then it gives me an ample time to accomplish what I want to do, and also at the same time, I don't have to mess up with my employer's time, which is very, very important.
All right, very well. So, I don't know how's your Kiswahili. Can we switch a bit to jaribu kuongea lugha ya taifa? Sijui kama Kiswahili yako inaweza haiwezi.
Inaweza. Mi Mswahili mie.
Aya basi pata
Mswahili wa bara.
Aya Mswahili wa bara basi haina noma, basi twende kazi tujaribu jaribu kuongea kwa lugha ya Kiswahili kidogo. Mi mwenyewe wajua ni mzaliwa wa Mombasa, sasa Kiswahili yenye naipenda kweli. Haya, tujaribu kusema kidogo tu, like a fun quick fire round. Sasa hiyo quick fire sijui inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili kwa sababu sijani kama tuna jina. Nitakuwa tu nakwambia ujaribu kuchagua moja au ingine, like this or that in English, right?
Why do you want to embarrass me?
No. So, just a quick fire. So, Pat, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pierogi or ugali?
Ugali.
Okay, she said ugali. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Matatu ride or Polish tram?
Polish tram.
And your favorite Polish word?
Dobranoc.
And one Kenyan snack that you missed the most?
I don't know. I tend to, at first, if you asked me this question like 2 years ago, I'd probably give you an answer. But right now, I feel like I know all the holes. What do we call them?
Mashimo.
Yeah, in English. How do you say it in English without sounding weird?
All the
I know all the shortcuts. Like I know how to get everything that I need. So I literally don't miss it. I feel like I'm home because I get everything I want. And if we have Polish is not Polish. Warsaw is a blend of different cultures, and from history we know that Kenyans at the Kenyan coast and the Indians had trade way before colonialism. Yeah, so most of our foods and Indian foods are the same. So if I like anything that I miss from home, I just go to an Indian store or an Asian store, and I'd probably get it there. So I don't really miss much.
Okay, so shout out to all the Indian stores and the African shops that are here, because they help us big time just to get the things that we need from back home, or something similar. At least if you don't get the exact same thing, you get something that is really close. So we're going to take a short music break once again, and now we are listening to something from Polska. I don't know how many people are fans of Sana, but I really love her music. So we'll play something from Sana in a minute. All right, that was Sana with the song Nic Varazy, which I really love. And there are lots of other Polish songs that I love. So I enjoy Sana's music so much. And this is My Polska with Pascalia, and you're listening to your host, Pascalia. But we have a really interesting guest here today with us, and she's been telling us about her life in Poland. She's a Kenyan, and her name is Pat, and she's been living here. I don't know what name you want to go by, Pat or Patsy, because I don't know which one you actually prefer, but I call her Pat. So she'll tell us what she actually loves, because she introduced herself in the beginning, if you're listening from when we started. But yeah, Pat, I will ask you another question. That how's your Polish? Are you learning the language, and how is it for you?
Man. I've tried learning the language. I've dropped out of 3 classes so far. I'm ashamed though. But my Polish is better as compared to when I came here and right now. There's a period, I think last year or last year, but one I was using Duolingo, and that switched the game for me, because I don't like Duolingo, yes, but it helped me improve a little bit of my Polish and how to understand. And then also the fact that my daughter is in a Polish speaking school. So right now I'm trying to learn the Polish words, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's a struggle communicating with the teachers, because there are some words that you just can't translate to English. So I get to pick 1 or 2 words there. Yeah, that's how far my integration and learning Poland is. I feel shame on me because I've been here for quite a while, and I've been joining classes and dropping out, joining classes and dropping out. But I guess very very soon I should be doing intensive classes, because I'm a girl on a mission. I'm a baddie on a mission.
A body on a mission. In the words, Edwin Sifuna, how do you tear gas a body? Like, seriously. Kenya police bana. Mnanini zo. Na tear gas other body. But anyway, tell us how long have you actually been in Poland for? Because I don't know that answer, and you didn't even mention how long you were in the country for. But now that you're saying that you've started classes and dropped out, and you've been here for a while, tell us how long that is.
I've been here for 4 years. My first class was actually 2 months. No, was it 2 or 2 months after I landed in Poland. Then the second class was 6 months. Then the third class was, I think, like 1.5 years later. Yeah.
All right. So you've been here for 4 years. That's quite some time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just tell us, how is it being a Kenyan and a black woman in the Polish corporate sector? Like, do you face any kind of discrimination, stereotyping, or how is it for you? Wonderful. Just tell us how the experience actually is.
I don't face any form of discrimination, especially in the corporate world, because I work in an international organization. So we have our market and our offices all over the world. So it's we are very very big on diversity and inclusion. So I don't get to face that at work.
All right.
But outside work, I've had some instances. But the funny thing is, Polish people are so loving. They're so loving and they're so lovely. So I've had like 2 instances, I might say, of discrimination. I don't know if I should place them under racial, but I did not understand exactly why this person will do this. But in my assumption, I feel like these 2 people, because it was once it was in the metro and the second time it was on the bus. So my assumption is these 2 people are just having very bad day, and they were just projecting. Because my experience and my relationship, I've never had a reason to feel like, oh, I'm different, or like never ever. I'm not even scared of walking on the streets at night.
That's really good. Kwa kweli, it's really safe in Poland. Kuna usalama mwingi huku, na tunaweza kutembea usiku, na hata ukitembea uogopi ushikilie kibeti na nguvu, like.
That's true.
Yeah, ukitembea, I'm just saying that we're not afraid to like you hold on to
You
your
don't hold it.
purse.
You don't walk like you're in Paris. Because I'm sorry, Paris is getting the hit, but anytime I go to Paris, I feel like I'm in Nairobi or I'm in Kenya because I have to walk. One time, someone cut my bag because they wanted to steal something, and that bag just had a tripod stand. Because one thing I love to do is I'm a YouTuber. Okay, a
Yeah.
beginning YouTuber. So I was working with the tripod because I've been YouTubing in my head for like 8 years or something. I'm always working with that tripod and taking videos. So I was working with that tripod because I needed to take a video on when I was doing my tour, and someone just came and cut. I don't know. Have you ever shopped in toy market? Because I've shopped in toy market severally, and that's the tactic that they use to steal from you. They come and cut your bag with a razor when you're in a like crowd place, so you wouldn't feel it. But
Mhm.
later on is when you're like, oh my god, I'm missing this. So that's the tactic that they used, and I was like, oh my god, am I in Kenya or am I in Paris? What do they say? Paris. Am I in Paris or am I in Kenya? I was so shocked. So, yeah, if you need to understand what exactly Pascalia said in Swahili, it's the street experience in Paris, generally.
All right.
Because that's why they cut your bag and you have to hold your bag and you have to hold your phone tight, or London.
Sasa, for those who are listening, don't think that abroad is just milk and honey. Kuna wizi pia huko majuu, yeah? So anyway, that was just a little bit of something about the security in Poland. So what strengths do you think have helped you succeed or thrive in Poland as a foreigner or as a Kenyan?
I think networking and assertiveness. I take assertiveness as a positive thing because personally, that's my personal strength. Wait, I spoke like a Kenyan personally. Okay. That's my personal strength. So I think being assertive helps you, especially in Poland, because Polish people are very honest. They're very honest. That is according to my interaction again, because I don't know, people have different experiences. But my interaction is if you are open about what you want, what you feel, and everything, you get solutions or you get answers. That's one of the things. And then I think when by the time I was coming to Poland, I had a little bit of experience as a growing up, or as a grown up, as this camp that we call growing up. So it was easy to because it was not my first time starting alone. When I was moving from, I told you guys that I'm a Nairobi baddie. So when I was going to university, I went to a different town that it was 8 hours away from Nairobi. It was in Kakamega. So that was my first experience ever being or living outside Nairobi. So I think that literally helped me when I was settling here, because it was not my first time moving away from home. So it was it's the difference is weather and language, but it was almost the same, I'd say.
All right, excellent. So how are you raising your child in Poland? Kuna tofauti zozote kwa kulea mtoto Kenya au Poland? Na kuna maadili, or the morals or teachings that you're trying to instill in your kid, zile za nyumbani, zile za kinyumbani?
Of course. First of all, I'm an African mother. She knows that. So when I give her an eye, she knows, it's time to stop whatever I'm doing. But yeah, there's a difference in how kids are raised here and home. For example, you can't say ntakuchapa, and ntakuchapa basically means I'll beat you. Like you can't say that, because that's wrong. So basically I try and avoid saying that, or when I say it in Swahili. I say it in Swahili. Also, I think the fact that I'm raising my child alone. In Kenya, we get a lot of help. You get help from your mom, you get help from your cousins, from your sisters. You can hire a help to help you because it's actually way cheaper than here. And the fact that I'm raising my child alone, I think I can see or I can notice any changes or any differences. And if there's something to correct, I get the chance to correct earlier, as compared when someone else is raising her and they can't note or they can't see what's different between how she's behaving right now or how she was behaving before.
Okay, excellent. And mtoto wako unamfundisha Kiswahili or English au Kijaluo? what language are you teaching your kid, or Polish even?
My child is bilingual.
All right.
Right now, she understands. I'm saying she understands because I see her reaction. She still can't talk yet, but you see how she reacts when she's talking to people, when people are talking to her. So I think I know she understands Polish, she understands Swahili, and she understands English.
So she's trilingual.
Yeah, because at home, I speak to her in English, in Swahili. In school, they speak to her in Polish, and we also have friends and family who speak to her in Polish as well. So you'd notice, for example, if a friend or a family who speaks to her in English switches to Polish, she has that look of like, bruh, go back. Polish is for specific people for school. But in school, they speak to her in Polish, and she actually acts or understands.
All right, that's good. And the fact that you talked about friends and family, yeah, I'm going to follow up on that and ask about your support systems in Poland. How, do you have a friends, family, community, or who have you been getting support from in Poland?
I have a very, very solid support system. My support system is made up of my friends who I've known for like 4 years, and some for more than 4 years before I came to Poland. And I also have family here. And so my family introduces me to their friends. So I have also that group of bandwidth of friends. And as a mom, I have a community of moms. So there is this project that we're working on for moms, whereby we get to meet and talk and share, especially immigrant moms who are not married to Polish husbands, because that's different. Our experience is different. But I love something about Warsaw because the moms community is so wide. We have different. I participate. Or I'm a member. No, there's no membership. So I participate in different mom circles. Some just has expat moms and Polish husbands. Some have a mix and mash. And now what we are working on right now is every mom is welcome, but mostly our target is moms with no Polish family, because it's our experiences are different. When you have Polish family, you have family here to support you. Poland has grandparents as what do I call it? Grandparents have rights to have the child, to stay with the child twice per week or something like that, if I'm not wrong. But you as a foreigner, if you don't have any Polish side of the family, you have to do that alone. So we are creating a community of moms that we will support each other. And eventually when our kids grow, we can even probably rotate in terms of childcare and everything. So I don't know if we'll get there, but that's practically what we're looking at.
That's wonderful. That's a really noble cause. And that, you're bringing a community of migrants moms together to support each other, because there's so many underlying issues here, not only the fact that they offer support to each other, but also mental, because people don't realize how lonely it gets when you are living abroad without your family.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that. But you have some family and you have a community of friends and the moms that are offering support. But have you faced any kind of like loneliness while living abroad and living here in Poland? And how do you handle it?
Oh, 2 instances, yeah. First of all, I just want to correct you. The mom's cause that I'm talking about, it's not my ideology. It's something that a friend started before. One of my friends started, then she moved to Germany, and so I took over from her. But it's not my brainchild. So I don't like taking credit for something that I did not start. So yeah. And then I've had 2 instances of loneliness. And the first one was, I think, the first month when I moved to Poland before my community grew wider. That was it. I was so lonely. I was so lost. And I have an uncle who has been here for more than 35 years. I think 40 or something. I don't know. He's been here my whole life.
All right.
So he picked me from the airport. I stayed with him for a couple of days. Then when I moved to school, he traveled. So I was literally alone in Poland. And that was really, really nerve-wracking. I used to break down a lot. I told you I was an aspiring YouTuber for 8 years. So I have those videos when I was just videoing myself crying and everything. And right now I look at them and I'm so happy because I'm like, I think that was my way of venting or my way of releasing everything that's going on. Then my second instance of loneliness was during my pregnancy and after I gave birth. Because, you know, I was always imagining, what if I was at home? What if I was at home? Right now I have to do this, but at home someone would have helped me. Someone would have done this for me. And, you know, this is such a busy world. Abroad is such a busy world. So you can't put your expectations on people that I expect you to be here to help me. No, because they're also looking for something to do or they have something to do. So at that point, I was so depressed. I think I had both postpartum and prepartum depression. And for that, I really needed to seek help, professional help. Yeah, that's what helped me regulate it. And I think also by the time I was seeking professional help, no, before I sought professional help, I started with the mom community. So the mom community, I would go there, we would talk and say everything that's on our heart and everything. And that helped me for a little bit, but it could not really help me as much as I wanted to. So after that is when they recommended some help from professionals. And yeah, and that has really helped. Therapy has really helped me deal with that.
That's really touching, you know, just to hear about how you were dealing with the loneliness and pre and postpartum depression. And it's really wonderful that we have a community. So it's important, if you're a migrant in Warsaw or anybody really, you don't have to be a migrant to feel lonely, right? It's just a little bit different when you've been literally plucked away or you've dissected part of your life and you're now on your own and you need to figure out things on your own. All right, so that's really heavy, but I'm happy to hear that you sought professional help. We're going to take a little bit of a break and listen to something all the way from South Africa.
Just before the break,
Right.
There's a group of people that I did not give credit to. I have my uncle is married. He's married to my aunt. My aunt is Polish.
All right.
So I had my aunt also during the lonely time. I had my aunt and one of my long-term friends who used to come, take me out of the house and tell me, we have to go for a walk. We have to go for a walk. So after that, after a while, that became it became also a way for me, an outlet for me, because walking and connecting with nature became something that now every time I feel like if my therapy session is not soon or if I need to let go or my emotions are too much, I just go take a walk, and when I come back, I feel better.
Nice. So it's always good to connect with nature and to you know, get a breath of fresh air out there. And yeah, so we are going to go into our music break and then we'll continue this conversation. We still have Pat in the studio and we have some more time to continue the conversation. So thank you for staying tuned. You're listening to IMI Radio as usual.
Size seize it, seize it. Only seize it, seize it. Let us seize it, seize it.
Thank you for tuning in and listening to My Polska with Pascalia. And I'm your host, Pascalia. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to IMI Radio, yeah? So thank you so much for keeping tuned and listening to us today. And I have a host in the studio who's telling us a lot of wonderful things about her experiences and her life in Poland, or in Polska, as we call it. So, you know, you were just talking to us about something heavy just right before we went for the break, and you're talking about, you know, depression and mental health. So you told us that you sought help. Do you think that was something that happened to you because you were here, like seeking help, or it was something you did because you're encouraged by others, or it was just out of your own initiative and you thought, okay, I need to go seek help? Is this something that you think you would do back home, or how is it? How's the difference, and how did you end up getting to that point where you're seeking help?
Okay, so we know because you're Kenyan, the concept of mental health in Kenya, they say it's a Gen Z thing. It's embarrassing.
Not quite,
But
actually.
if we talk to our parents and
Alright.
we say, oh, you know, I'm depressed and everything, they'll just be like, oh, maybe you don't have money, maybe you've not slept well, maybe, you know, no one
Okay.
tells you that, no, sometimes you need professional help.
Mhm.
So for me, if before I would say, I can do this, like, you know, taking the walks, doing the everything. I was doing everything apart from getting help because it was a foreign concept. Therapy, that's a foreign concept. So I got the mom community. I'll go back to that again. So not the one that we're building right now, but the one that I've been going, that is a mix and mashup of literally moms from everywhere: Polish moms, international moms, moms with Polish husbands, moms with foreign husband, Polish moms with foreign husbands. Like it's a mashup, yeah. So during the mom circles, they always encourage. It's mostly about us talking about what's going on in our lives, and after that, literally we share on the side options. So it was on the side options that someone was like, oh yeah, you know, I go for therapy and whatever. She just mentioned it. She did not say you should go for therapy.
All right.
She mentioned it. But whatever she was talking about, I felt like I really relate to what this lady was saying. So I started looking for a therapist. But my fear was language because I don't know Polish. And most of the organizations that offer free psychology are, you have to speak Polish. And at that point I tried the organization where we volunteer from, and they did not have English speaking therapists at that point, and I was literally on the edge. So one of my friends told me, "Oh, when our third friend had depression, he actually booked therapist via Laxmed, and okay, I'm not trying to advertise here. He literally booked a therapist via Laxmed, and he actually got one in English." And I was like, "How did he do that?" And she told me, "This is what you do." So I think it was an effort from different fronts. It's from listening to this lady's story. It's from this friend who I mentioned to that I don't know how to book for a therapist, and she was like, "You can actually do this way with your insurance." And so I've been using the therapist via my insurance, but that really encouraged me, and I went out of my way to look for other options of English speaking therapists that I currently share with the community of moms that we are building right now, so
Right.
that they can also get help in case they don't choose Laxmed or they don't have private insurance cover.
Okay, so that's really thoughtful and very insightful for migrants who are here and they're looking for help, especially if you're dealing with any mental health issues. So wherever you are in the world and you're dealing with mental health issues, it's always advisable to seek professional help if other means have not been working out for you. So it's good to just get additional assistance with that. So I'm going to ask you a few last questions, but just before I get into that, I'm going to talk about a project that is very dear to my heart because I'm organizing a Ubuntu game jam in partnership with Future Games Warsaw, which is a gaming studio, and other partners on board like Weza Interactive. We have Africa Communicate on board. We have IGDA also supporting us, Israel's group. There's so many other in communities or organizations that are supporting us and companies. So you should watch out for that. So if you're wondering what Game Jam is, it's just a collaborative effort for game developers and people in the gaming industry to come together and collaborate and work towards making games. So I'm working on that currently, and my organization is called Elimu Goal. So be on the lookout for that. And as we go on, I'll be giving more insights maybe in following shows. So keep listening and keep listening to us every Saturday to get more information and more insights about the work that we are doing of just bringing Africa and Europe together through a collaborative thing, which is using gaming as a tool for collaboration. So shout out to the whole team. If I haven't mentioned you, I'm sorry, but off the top of my head, those are the organizations that I are coming to me now. But there are more supporters and more defenders like Leti Arts all the way from Ghana. So we have Ghana, Zambia, Kenya, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and South Africa. Have I mentioned? So yeah, it's really huge and the momentum is growing. So you guys be on the lookout for that. And next, Pat is going to tell us a little bit more about her life here. And I don't know what it is you say are the funny mom moments that you think have happened to you in Poland. Are there any funny mom moments for you?
I think the funny mom moments are the same moments for everyone, whereby my daughter is always publicly undressing me just to feed.
All right. Yeah, that's a really
I see it with every mom. So
Yeah.
I'm like, at first I was like, "Girl, stop it, stop it, stop it." But eventually I'm like, sometimes I just can't fight it. So I
Right.
just laugh it all away.
Mm-hmm. And what advice do you have for Kenyans who have the will or desire to move abroad, to come and live in Poland now?
Mm-hmm. If you want to come and live in Poland, I think, oh my God, I'm the worst advisor because I always give out the wrong advice. But anyways, I think the best advice I can give is have a goal and have a vision. And I'll say one thing for sure: whoever receives you is the one who is gonna determine your trajectory in Poland. I'll break it down. If the person who receives you tells you, you see, when you come to Poland, come, then you do whatever you want to do. Let's say the person will say, "We have this kind of odd jobs or we have this kind of blue collar jobs, or we have this kind of white collar jobs. So whoever receives you will determine how you view the whole Polish market and how you view your stay in Poland. Because if they introduce you to the blue jobs, it's blue, right?
Blue collar.
Yeah,
but-
to the blue collar jobs, I trust you, me. Time will fly, and you'll just be there, and you'll not think that there's anything better. I talk to people who tell me, "Oh yeah, I came, I was doing factory job. Oh yeah, I'm moving from one factory to another factory," and it's like 8-10 years down the line, and that's all they know. They don't know that, I can upskill, I can do this, and this is someone who was probably a nurse back in Kenya. They don't know that there are other opportunities apart from that. So make great connections, and always look for information as well. Because if I receive you and I tell you there's only blue collar, but you network and you find out, oh yeah, I can also use my skill, I can apply to these jobs, or I can move to this country, it makes it easier for you. So you have to love learning. You have to be very assertive as well.
All right. So just widen your networks, and
Mhm.
I think the take home from what you've said for me is like dare to dream, right?
Yeah, oh yes, you used you pinpointed it.
Yeah.
I threw in a lot of words, but that's the thing. Dare to dream.
And don't just settle. I know it's difficult actually coming to Poland as a migrant, and
Mhm.
some people have it rough, like myself. I can say for sure, because I've done my fair share of blue collar jobs. So which is, for people who are back home, they think that you'll come abroad and everything will be rosy, which
Mhm.
isn't the case, right?
Yeah,
You have to start from somewhere. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with doing blue collar
there's nothing
jobs.
wrong with that.
Absolutely. It's amazing because you still can be able to sustain yourself and be able to live here with
Yeah.
the job. But yeah, just
If
dare
you want
to
to
dream.
exploit your skills, like
Mhm.
if you have skills on like you had a skill back at home, don't settle. You can still practice. Everyone will tell you, oh no, moving abroad you have to have the paper. No, you don't have to. You can use the same skills that you're using at home in Poland, in Germany, everywhere. Because why do we have international hires? Because they're looking for the same skill set. And that's what nobody talks about. So be confident, be assertive, dare to oh yeah, the favorite quote. Dare to dream.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a part of the show. We are going to just close with one song now. And I really love this song actually. And I think if you've been tuning in from previous shows, you've already heard this before. But it's Malisa Fichito. Hey, this song usually just does something to me. So let's listen to this song for a little while, and then we close the show.
How about you make it your anthem? Clearly, if it's your favorite, make it your anthem. So that when they listen to it, they know, aha, Pascalia is coming up.
Absolutely. So let's listen to Malisafi, and we'll close up the conversation with Pat. But that's a really good cue. So thank you so much, Pat, for that.